Libra, how are you doing? We're here. I'm here. I felt some of you kind of calling me in the ethers. No matter where you have your Libra placement, you are welcome here. I'm going to pull out one of these cards from the Sacred Rebels deck to get going here. I was going to do this off camera, but for some reason we are doing this together. I might take a peek in the book. I'm not sure. But let's see here what your overall energy is. Let me just turn this off, get the distractions away. Ooh, that came in quick. What do you feel? Yeah, I feel like when I said get the distractions away, there's something here, number 9 could be significant, where it's like you need to clear your energy or your space or your mind. Maybe just sit in a meditative kind of space or listen to some music, draw, whatever you like to do that kind of frees up your mind in order for you to get in touch with how you actually feel about a situation. I feel guided to ring this bell. There's something you've been doing a lot of thinking about, and Spirit wants you to tap into your feeling space. Okay, this is something about your world, your inner world. I just want to take a quick peek in the book here and see if there's something that pops out. These are very long, so I'm not going to read them. The message. It says, this oracle of what do you feel is telling you there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just making a choice will set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change is to stimulate your creative juices and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life. Just make a choice based on what you feel right now, not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do you feel, and go from there. Wow, Libra. I feel like there's a lot of people around you lately vying for your attention or trying to get your energy in some sense. And this doesn't have to be like they're malicious. It could just be that you're very attractive. You're attracting these energies, and it's kind of prohibiting, I'm hearing, prohibiting you from tapping into your gut feeling about a situation. What do you feel, Libra? You could be seeing something very subtle. You know, we have an apple and an orange, right? Both fruits, but different. So Spirit wants you to feel into something so that you can distinguish one thing from another. It's like you're noticing something. It's very subtle, and you're like, I don't think that's aligning with this other thing. Interesting. Okay, let's get some more cards out here. Ooh, no, let's shuffle better. Let's shuffle better than that. Some of you could be witnessing somebody have a little bit of a childlike mentality, maybe a little bit of a victim consciousness. They're trapped in it. That's just for some of you, okay? Let's see. What else is going on here? The Seeker. Yeah, that's appropriate. Can we get a couple more? Resolve. Your soul is seeking to resolve something here. Dystopia. I feel like, being a Libra, or wherever you have Libra in your chart, this is the place where you are the kind of person that knows how to bring resolution to a situation, a dystopic situation. It's a very powerful thing to be a mediator. Okay, maybe some of you are INFPs as well. But it's a very powerful thing to resonate with the mediator archetype and to bring balance into unjust and unfair situations, and to be able to see all things from all perspectives and rationally realize what holds truth and what does not. I'm hearing hold the light. However, in this situation, whatever situation you're in, or maybe it's for the upcoming next 3 months, Spirit wants you to think more subjectively about how you feel. And this isn't about choosing sides, I'm getting, but it's always about choosing something from your side. Maybe you've been prioritizing somebody else's viewpoint over your own, or giving them more credit where credit isn't due. Now, I'm getting something about shadow work here. We'll get into the tarot in a second, but I'm getting something like, when you do shadow work, one of the things that is asked of you is to look at something from the other person's perspective, right? To see how they might be thinking and perceiving the situation. But Spirit is saying here, maybe you've been doing a little bit too much of that, right? You need to remember your truth, your reality, what you experienced, how you feel. Many of you are empaths and you have a very good understanding of where the other person's coming from. But that doesn't lessen the importance of your own perspective. I'm getting, because it's your perspective that you ultimately live with. Interesting message here, Libra. I hope this is making sense. I feel like it's a little bit out there. Let's go further. Let's see what energies you have to support you at this time. For Libras, obstacle. Interesting. Let's see the challenge. The challenge spirit for Libras. Abundance and earth. Well, there's some real 3D material abundance that you either have or that's coming in for you, like on the earthly plane. But somehow this is presenting a challenge to you. 1 second. Or you could be struggling for that kind of abundance. But what I really like about your reading is that your obstacle is also your support. And it's kind of true, right? The trials and tribulations, the blocks that we have in our life are often our biggest lessons and bring the biggest blessings when we find a way through them. The obstacle itself becomes a tool. I've read a quote somewhere sometime, I don't know who said it, but it was, the obstacle is the journey. So what is your obstacle right now, Libra? And how do you feel about that obstacle? Because acknowledging that there is an obstacle and proceeding through it will lead you to some kind of abundance here, and it will also allow you to resolve something. Okay, let's get into your tarot cards here and see what comes up for you. Which deck should I use? Yeah, okay. Let's see, what's going on for Libra here? Libras. Maybe something is an obstacle for someone else, but not for you. Some of you needed a break from something and you took one. I don't know, Spirit wants to tell you that that's okay. Ace of Swords for your current energy. So you are very much in your mind, and Spirit's asking you, what do you feel? You're over there like, I know what I think. I know what I think about the situation. I can resonate with this, Libra. As many of you know, I have a lot of air in my chart. I have a Libra rising. I have Saturn and Pluto in Libra, like right on my ascendant. So amplifying that Libra energy. I also have Gemini, a lot of Gemini in my chart. Gemini Moon, Gemini North Node. So if you are someone who has a lot of air as well, you could potentially be thinking through your feelings more than you're feeling them without even knowing. It took me a little bit of time to realize that I was intellectualizing my feelings rather than actually feeling them. And then once I got into the actual feeling, somatic kind of connection in my body about a situation, a lot of tension I was holding kind of got released, and I received a lot more clarity about things going on in my life. So yes, Libra, you are freaking smart, wise, You've had an epiphany. You can speak clearly. But what do you feel? Okay, what does Spirit want you to know here for Libra? Spirit, what do you want Libra to know? What's important for Libras? Oh, I'm missing 2 cards over here. The Devil. Oh boy. Okay, let's get the rest of the cards then. Why do you want Libra to know this? King of Swords. Oh, damn, Libra. Here we go. You know, even when a situation is kind of serious, and it is, this one is, sometimes it helps to kind of laugh through it. It's not to laugh at you. It's just to kind of realize that, well, yeah. Let's just leave that there. Okay, I like this resolution here. Let's see who you're dealing with or what energies you're running up against that's getting you kind of to feel like there's an obstacle to your feelings, a block here. And let's get one more on the Judgment here. Who is that? What is that? The Tower. Yeah, okay. So Libra, there's somebody around you at the Lovers at the bottom. Could be a love connection that we're talking about, or it could be some kind of work contract. Maybe we're talking about how you're interfacing with society. I'm not quite sure who it is that's coming in this reading, but the outside energy that we have is Judgment, the 5 of Pentacles with the Page of Cups, clarified by the Tower and the 7 of Cups. This is the Somnia Tarot, by the way. There's an energy outside of yourself who is going through it. Okay? And I feel like they are not actually facing what they're going through. Spirit's trying to get them to learn some kind of massive lesson here, to awaken them to some reality that is really hard to deal with. Maybe this is financial, maybe this is something emotional, but I feel like this person here is hiding from the reality of their situation, which you can see pretty clearly here. What do you feel about that? Not what do you think, what do you know, but how do you feel about somebody being like that? They've gone through some kind of tower situation here. Could have something to do with home or connection, or some sense of stability has been ripped from them, I'm hearing, torn from them. That's how they feel, creating a massive state of confusion of, I don't know where to go next or what to do. And instead of dealing with this straightforwardly, they're kind of, I don't know, pretending like it's not happening or dealing with it in a very passive aggressive way. There's just something that's not honorable. They're not acting with integrity. You'll know. And it's interesting, when I see this image here, I'm being reminded of all those people who went over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Have you heard those stories? Yeah, and some survived and some didn't. Oh, interesting. One of them, in the museum, when you go there, they show you the story. I think they also have it on the Cinemax, IMAX thing, this particular story. But a woman went down in a barrel with her cat. Now, this is probably made up for the movie or whatever. But anyways, it's coming to mind. And the cat was black. And when they opened the barrel at the bottom and she was alive, and the cat had turned white, from fear. But symbolically, if we think about it, the cat went from shadow to light. It's very interesting. After this rude awakening, right? After Judgment, tumbling over this huge waterfall right here. Yeah, so this person is having to go through something in order to get enlightened, but there's some resistance here. Okay, they're playing something down, and that's affecting you in some way here. Okay, your overall energy, Ace of Swords. We talked about that. What does Spirit want you to know? The devil, and why is the Knight of Swords. Somebody could be speaking from a place of fear or shadow to you, or for some of you, your epiphany here, what you think about a situation is coming from your shadow or from a place of fear. Now, that's not easy to understand all the time or even to accept, but when we reflect and think like, is what I'm thinking to be true about the situation coming from something that allows me to not address a fear or makes me feel more in control or have more power in this situation than I actually do? Or is it the truth? Okay, I'm hearing soften. Maybe Spirit wants some of you to soften your thoughts around something. Okay, and if you don't resonate with that, that's okay. It doesn't have to be your message, that part of this, okay? So you can take it or leave it. Food for thought here, or food for feelings, we should say. Because there is something about devil energy being all up in the mind, either of your mind, someone else's mind, both of your minds, kind of being the force field behind the communication between you and another, or maybe even you with yourself. Some kind of harsh words have happened here, and it's coming from a place of fear. Spirit also doesn't want you to communicate from a shadow space. You know better than that. Okay, and some of you have been maybe thinking about reaching out to someone or responding with a sharp tongue, or really, Libra's smart. Libra's super smart, so you could have some cutting things to say or cunning things to say, quick-witted, all of that. But Spirit's asking you to think about, how do you really feel about saying those things or responding in that way? And if this doesn't, if you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, maybe this will be coming up for you. Okay, you might want to come back to the reading or not. It's all good. So let's see. Your advice, we have the Two of Pentacles. This is balancing your emotions and your feelings. I'm going to do an extended reading. We're going to get further, go into more detail. In the extended, I want to go more into this card as well. I'll read more from the book, and we'll dig up what is this feeling thing that you need to act from. But I'm going to continue with the rest of the reading now. But if you can't go to the extended, that's okay. Trust that you're receiving the guidance that you need here. Okay? It's all good. So Spirit's asking you here to balance out your emotions with your thoughts. Can we get a little bit further? The Sun and the Empress. Oh, I love these two together because look, the Empress is creating this beautiful red root chakra cape that this figure is wearing in the Sun card. Yeah, okay, interesting. So the question I'm getting is, are you making this, root chakra symbolizes security, safety, knowing who you are, speaking from a place of I deserve to speak, I deserve to feel, I know what I feel, I belong here, security, safety. So Spirit's asking you, are you creating a secure situation here for yourself? Is this you in the Sun card? Or are you creating this for somebody else to wear? Who are you creating safety and security for? It's a very interesting message here. I feel like it's kind of complicated, which you can handle, but there's something like, for some of you, you really, I feel like giving somebody a little bit too much leeway. Okay? And maybe you're going to get to a breaking point where you realize, this is not fair. I should not be giving them this credit, this leeway. I should not be opening up here to this. And then you snap back here with the Knight of Swords. You get to a breaking point where you're like, But Spirit's saying this can all be avoided by getting into a feeling space. What do you want to create in this situation? You have the opportunity to create something beautiful here for yourself. Abundance, for sure. Abundance and earth. That's this right here. Okay, let's keep going. The path ahead, we have the King of Swords. I feel like, well, hold on. Hold on. Let's make sure we get that right, because this is a crucial moment here. Are you still in your head without your feelings, or have you managed to find the balance? Six of Wands, you managed to find the balance. Six of Cups and the Four of Cups. Ah, the Hermit. So you figure out how you really feel about something. I feel like you realize you've been carrying somebody else's energetic weight, maybe even their thoughts or their feelings, and that it's not necessarily representative of your own. You find some kind of illumination, light, victory that brings you back to your Libra self, your clarity, your wisdom, your mental agility to know what's balanced and fair, your powers of objectivity too. You come back to this place from, but it's not cold and it's not detached and it's not guided by shadow or fear, and it's not someone else's perspective you're seeing things from. It's you, and you know that because you've traveled through your feeling space. It's beautiful. So this is really empowering, Libra. This is not easy, whatever it is that you're doing. But I feel like the main message here is there's some feeling that arises within you, which you already know what I'm talking about, or it's going to come up. And you feel like, ooh, I don't want to feel that. That feels uncomfortable. I don't like that feeling. I'd rather go into my head space here, my mind, and confirm to myself that I know what's really going on, which is not a bad thing to do. But Spirit's saying this obstacle, this feeling that's coming up is leading you to a broader perspective and a deeper truth of the situation. And it's going to allow you to create abundance here. I'm hearing mental health as well. Interesting. Abundance and enlightenment in your situation. And I feel like it's going to allow you to create a healthy separation between your energy and someone else's, insofar as you will know what is your truth and what is not your own, and belongs to this person over here going through the tower. All right, Libra, that's what I have for you. I'm going to go into the extended. But if this message resonated, feel free to leave a like, a comment. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.